The sealed envelope tore open in my hands. Inside, a forged DNA report claiming the baby wasn't my husband's. The doctor looked me in the eye and whispered, "Rachel, you deserve to know the truth before it's too late." My world tilted, but the real betrayal wasn't from the man sleeping next to me every night. It was from the person who was supposed to protect us both. My name is Rachel Monroe. I'm from Denver, Colorado, United States, and today, I'm sharing a story about doubt that nearly shattered my marriage, a quiet search for truth, and how fear can blind us to the people who love us most. I was 6 months pregnant when the nightmare began. It started with a routine prenatal checkup. The doctor, Dr. Elena Vargas, head of the clinic, pulled me aside after the exam. She handed me an envelope, her face grave. "These results came back from the lab," she said softly. "The paternity test. It doesn't match your husband, Daniel." I stared at the paper. Forged percentages, fake lab stamps. My stomach dropped. She continued, "We've seen cases like this. Sometimes husbands hide things. You should protect yourself and the baby." I left in a fog. That night, I looked at Daniel across the dinner table, the man who rubbed my feet every evening, who talked to our unborn child through my belly, and doubt crept in like poison. Over the next 2 weeks, I pulled away. I started sleeping on the couch. When he asked what was wrong, I mumbled, "Just tired." He looked hurt, confused, but never pushed. Every morning, he left coffee on the counter with a note, "I'm here when you're ready." The silence between us grew heavier than any argument ever could, but something felt off about the doctor's certainty, the way she avoided eye contact, the clinic emails that suddenly glitched and vanished. A nurse whispered, "Be careful what you believe." Before walking away, instead of exploding or accusing Daniel, I chose silence and action. I requested all medical files directly from the hospital's main system, not the clinic. I hired an independent forensic lab auditor through my insurance. I even spoke quietly to another patient in the waiting room who'd had strange results too. The truth unraveled fast. The paternity report was completely fabricated. Dr. Vargas had been forging documents for months, altering tests, faking mismatches, to scare patients into expensive emergency procedures or lawsuits against negligent husbands. It covered her tracks on botched prenatal scans that missed minor issues she didn't want reported. The independent audit confirmed everything. Daniel's DNA matched perfectly. The baby was his. Our little girl was healthy. I sat in the parking lot outside the lab and sobbed, guilt, relief, shame crashing over me. That night, I showed Daniel the real report. He read it quietly. "No dealing. No, I told you so." He just pulled me close and whispered, "I knew you'd find your way back to us." His voice cracked. That broke me more than anything. Weeks later, the state medical board launched a full investigation. Dr. Vargas was charged with medical fraud and forgery. Multiple families came forward with similar stories. The clinic settled lawsuits and overhauled its practices. Our daughter arrived that spring, healthy, loud, perfect. We named her Grace, because sometimes grace is the only thing that saves us when we almost lose everything. One quiet evening, as Daniel rocked her to sleep, I finally understood. Doubt shouts, love waits, and truth always finds its way home. Not every alarming warning is the truth. Not every piece of evidence is real. The people who love us quietly often deserve our trust the most. Pause before you accuse. Seek proof before you break. And never let fear steal what's already yours. If this story reminded you how fragile trust can be, smash like to stand for stories that heal instead of harm. Subscribe to Moralist, where quiet truth wins, patience protects, and real love survives the storm. Drop in the comments. Have you ever doubted someone close and been glad you waited for the full story? Or would you have confronted right away? Your experiences matter. Your voice matters. And the next story might hit even closer to home.